Hey guys, Nika coming at you with another weekly garden update. Today's August 6th. We're in the Dog Days of Summer. The garden is going through a lot of changes. And I'm having fun planting my fall garden. I've planned it and we're getting a lot of sprouting. We're getting a lot of produce out of our garden. I'm getting a lot of tomatoes, okra, and cucumbers. That's what's producing right now. I'm also picking a lot of mint and basil. And I'm making some cooking videos. I just haven't posted them yet. I'll be posting those soon. So my name's Nika. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to all my subscribers. And welcome to any new viewers. Let's get started on this weekly garden update, guys. So guys, I just love these okra flowers. I can't get enough of them. It's morning, and I just wanted to show you how pretty those are. Aren't those beautiful? I'm still getting a lot of okra. It's just coming up everywhere, and I am enjoying it. Look at those. I'll be doing a cooking video with these. I'll be doing a couple of cooking videos with these because I'm getting so much okra. And look at that flower down there. That leaf is covering it up. Isn't that beautiful? Look at that flower. So I'm getting a lot of okra, guys. Look at that big okra right there. Getting a lot of little ones, a lot of clusters. I'm getting a lot of clusters of okra. This okra just loves this spot, and it loves this plastic pot. I am so thrilled with these plastic pots. I'm growing quite a bit. Here's my broccoli, guys. And these are my Veronica plants. This is a really good spot because it gets the morning sun. So almost everything that I plant here does good except my raspberries. My raspberries didn't like that much sun. So this looks like it's squash. I thought they were cucumbers, but the more I look at it, look at those flowers. Those are definitely squash flowers. Those are definitely squash flowers. Those are. So that has to be squash because of those flowers. But I'm getting a lot of cucumber sprouting. I planted these a couple weeks ago and they're coming up really nicely. Getting a lot of flowering in my cucumbers, and I'm getting a lot of cucumbers. Let's see, right there. Those look like straight 8s, but I'm getting quite a few. A lot of flowering. Let me see if I can find any others. There was a pickling cucumber. There it is right there. See, I'm getting pickling cucumbers. A lot of little ones. And I planted some for the fall. So we're getting a lot of flowering. And then here's another broccoli. It is not flowering or producing fruit yet. I'm hoping this will in a couple of months. Maybe next month, September. We're at the beginning of August. Okay guys, so we're gonna plant these carrots today. I'm planting rainbow carrots and just regular carrots. And I got these carrots just a couple months ago at Dollar Tree. 4 for $1. So we're gonna see if they grow. So what I did was I filled up the half of this container with leaves, and then I put some dirt, and then I put some more leaves on top. Now I'm gonna put the seed, and then I'm gonna fill it up with the rest of the way with dirt. So let's see if these carrots grow. We're gonna spread these rainbow seeds throughout the container. It's the last I have of those. We're gonna spread some of these regular heirloom variety carrots. See if they grow. And this is what this seed looks like. I'm not gonna put all of the seed in there. I'm gonna use some of this seed, and then we're gonna spread some in a couple weeks. Carrots, you want to spread them sequentially. And then we'll put some more in there, probably in another couple weeks, maybe a month, then a month later. They'll grow all winter. I've had carrots grow and survive throughout the winter, and I harvested them in the spring. So this will be fun. Now we're just gonna fill this up with dirt. And that's it, guys. Time to start planting your fall garden. It's August. It's the beginning of August, and it's time to start planting. All right, guys. I have these potato plants that I planted. I decided to try in wood, and it seems like wood works too. But the ultimate test will be how many potatoes we get out of these. These are just grocery store potatoes that were sitting on my shelf, and they actually made eyes, so I just planted them. And then I like to keep marigolds by things. These potatoes are pretty hardy. I took this marigold, I didn't know what else to do with it, so I just stuck it in this pot. Sometimes the marigolds get too big and they start to choke out your plants, so you have to be careful about that, but they do keep the bugs away. Marigolds are great for pest control. And I'm thinking I'm gonna start getting some pots just for marigolds and put them throughout my garden, because they tend to choke out my plants and stunt the growth of a lot of my vegetables. Then we have this asparagus plant, and look, it's seeding up. This thing loves this spot. It loves the container that it's in. We're gonna get asparagus in February. So guys, my strawberries, they're still making strawberries, but I think I'm gonna plant this in one of those big black tubs. I think it's going to do better in one of those big black tubs. So we'll be planting those this week sometime. And my chives are doing good. My basil plant's doing good. It's starting to seed up. Getting little white flowers on it. Look at how bushy it is, how many leaves we have. I'll be able to make a lot of things with this basil plant. There's another chive plant. And this basil plant, I planted this basil plant probably about a week ago, and look, it's taking. So that's good. We'll have basil probably all the way till the first frost, probably until October. And I finally ate all the kale off of these. And here's some red husky tomatoes. I planted these black cherry and red husky tomatoes together. I don't know if that was such a good idea. The black cherry tomatoes are doing a lot better, and now I'm starting to get a lot of fruit on those. But the red cherry tomatoes, not so much. I've done that in years past, and they seem to coexist, but not this year so much. Then I have these early girls. They're starting to produce fruit, and I'm thinking I'm going to pull this marigold. I think it's just not coexisting well. They're not, I think that marigold's taking all the nutrients from this tomato plant, but it's, I mean, compared to this other early girl, not doing too bad. This one's producing fruit too. And then I'm getting peppers on my orange peppers. Look, starting to get peppers, guys. All these wasps. Always got wasps. Look at my sunflowers are doing good. This one's starting to open up. And it's going to be interesting to see if we get colors. This one kind of... Last week I showed you this one. And the petals fell off and it kind of... it's not looking so good. But there is seed on there. It might be the birds are eating the seed on that. I did clip my yard, so I'm hoping that didn't damage that sunflower. And then, this one's good. Probably about I want to say about 6 feet tall now. This is going to be a big sunflower there. So they're doing really good. I love sunflowers. And then, here's my blueberry. It's still hanging in there. Looks like the bottom branches are doing better than the top. I'm almost tempted to prune it, but I'm just going to leave it alone. Let nature run its course. Here's my raspberry plant, and look, it is doing really good. I'm getting a lot of growth on the sides. It's just like, I want to say, almost like a weeping willow. Those are coming out of the base of the pot, and they're just flopping all over the place. See, we're getting a lot of new growth on this raspberry plant. It's curling up a little bit, but it got over 100 degrees today. But it's just in spots that it's curling. So it'll probably shed. Last year it shedded all its leaves. We'll see if it does that this year. But it's really growing right now. Not getting any fruit. I love raspberries. I hope we do get some fruit in the fall, but I'm not counting on it. And then I have my lettuce. I just transplanted this lettuce probably about 2 weeks ago. And it seems to like it in this spot. A lot of it's seeding. A lot of it's seeding up. And little flowers open periodically. So we're going to be doing some seed gathering on that. And here's my mint plant. I'm getting a lot of flowering on this. There's a lot of little bees. I don't know if we can see any of them. There's a lot of little bees on here. Oh, look, there's a regular bee. And so it must be ready for pollination. This is going to be a lot of tea. And it is attracting a lot of bees. Look at that. Look at that bee. This mint is attracting a lot of bees. I'm getting bumble bees, sweat bees. And it smells good too. Especially when you water it, it smells so good. And then right next to that I have my garlic. It's doing good. I've just been putting garlic in here. And here's some broccoli that I have growing. It's doing good. I actually pulled 2 broccoli plants that were from last year out of here. And I think I'm going to fertilize tonight. I'm going to fertilize a lot of my plants tonight. They need it. I like to fertilize at least every couple weeks, at least once a month. You have to do that with container gardens. Here's some peas that are growing. They're getting big. And here's my green beans. I think this purple one, I'm gonna put it in its own pot. This is the time to plant beans for the winter. And I'm getting a lot of beans, look. I'm getting a lot of green beans in here. Don't those look good? Look. So, we're getting a lot of beans, guys, on our plants. And they're starting to take over this fence. So that's exciting. I love fresh green beans. They're great. Okay, guys, time to start gathering this celery seed. I've been putting this off, and the more I put it off, the more that's going to spread around the yard. So we're going to gather this, and we're going to put it in this paper bag. And it's super easy. All we got to do is start clipping it with these clippers. And I'm going to start at the top and just kind of clip it down and then work my way to the bottom. You want small bunches so that they'll fit in the bag. And we're just going to it smells like celery. It smells super good. And then we're just going to put this in the bag. And I'll show you my harvest when I get done. So guys, this is all the seed I got. I put it in this bag. I'm going to let it dry for about a month. And then I'm going to shake all the seed out of those branches that I clipped. And then I clipped all of this. And this is what it looks like. I think I'm just going to let this grow and see what happens. I mean, it grows so heartily. I clipped these all the way down. I might even clip them even a little farther. And let's see what happens to it. I'm always experimenting, and if it doesn't do well, we can plant something else in there. I think I'm going to put some leaves and dirt in here. That's what I'm going to do, and see if it sprouts out. Look at all this new growth. I just put some more leaf and dirt on top and filled up this pot, and we'll see if we can get another year of celery out of this. I've had this celery for about 2 years now. This is its second season. And celery lasts through the winter, so that'll be an interesting experiment. And then here's some celery I planted in the spring. And we're starting to get celery stalks. So I won't have to purchase any celery. And these are just some celery volunteer plants that I found around the yard. I just put them in this pot. And then here's some more lettuce, a little bit of kale in this pot. I'm going to start another lettuce pot and just put a bunch of different kinds of lettuce in it. And a kale pot. So we're going to get 2 of those going for the winter. Lettuce lasts throughout the winter. You can get, it doesn't go bad. It just keeps producing through the winter, so you don't have to worry about lettuce. And I filled this pot up with dirt, leaves and dirt. This is some zucchini squash. And like I said, the temperatures are really high right now, so I'm not sure if that's what's causing this not to grow. Here's my ginger. It's doing good. Getting quite a few plants in here. And I just keep adding ginger. And it started sprouting probably about 3 weeks ago. These 2 plants, but these other ones have been coming up. These 2 started coming up about a week ago, and this one just started a couple days ago. Okay guys, that's my weekly garden update. My name's Nika. It's August 6th. Thanks for sharing your time with me. Thanks for every like, every comment, every subscribe. Have a wonderful evening. We'll see you on the next video, guys. Bye.